Yo, what's going on everyone? So today we got the Call of Duty blog that we've been waiting for, covering everything in zombies that we wanted to know. And we got to see all of the augments that's going to be in the game. There's 108 augments, there's 48 for perks, there's 30 for ammo mod, and there's 30 for field upgrades. Today, I'm going to go through all of the Perk-A-Cola ones and pick one major and one minor that I think will be the best. Let's dive right into it. Okay, so if you didn't know, you can actually select one major and one minor for every single perk in the game. You unlock these augments via selecting them. I think they called it research. You select it before you go into a game, you play the game, you earn XP, and then you unlock the augment. So let's just say you wanted to start with this one. You select it, play some zombies, you come out, you may have unlocked it, you may have got enough XP, then you can equip it, and then you could unlock the next one, all of these. You might do one, and then go on to your next perk and do one, if you've already made your mind up, that is. So that's how augments is going to work. Let's jump into which one's going to be best. Okay, looking at Juggernaut's major augments, it looks like we have a really obvious choice with Probiotic, slightly increasing maximum health. That's what you buy a Juggernaut for, so it does seem correct to pick that one first. However, Turtle Shell sounds like zombie shields from past zombie games. If that's true, that means you will take 0 damage from behind, and it could be the move over Probiotic. Reactive Armor, although it sounds like it gives a nice little buff of stunning zombies after they break your shield, so it will probably defend you from taking a down. You don't really want your armor to break. That you'll be avoiding your armor break. But it could save you from going down, because if your armor breaks, you must be right there going down. So if everything gets stunned, it will save your life. However, it does say normal zombies. So if there's a special zombie breaking your armor, if there's a special still there, you're probably still going to go down. Alright, so moving on to Juggernaut's minor augments. Retaliation sounds like what could be one of the best high risk, high reward augments in the game. You need your health to get low to deal extra bonus damage. Would be really nice if they told us what percentage of bonus damage we'll be getting. Because imagine it was something like 100% bonus damage. That would be absolutely insane. But because we don't know, it could be 10%, it could be 5, it could be 50, it could be 200. We literally have no idea, so we would have to test it. However, hardened plates sounds like one of the best augments in my opinion, because armor plates make it so that you take less damage because you have more damage mitigation. I'm not a huge fan of durable plates because it seems like it's going to be pretty easy to get extra plates to refill your armor. You can craft them, zombies drop them. Seems like they're going to be everywhere, right? So if it's up to me, I'm probably going with hardened plates. But you have to remember with all these augments, it will depend what your goal is in that game. If you're speedrunning, if you're doing an Easter egg, if you're doing high rounds, probably want different augments for different things. Like if you're doing a speed run, retaliation might be an absolute strat, boss damage. And it might take 5 seconds off your run. If you're going for a high round, you might just want hardened plates. If you're going for... You get my point. You want different things for different objectives. So these are just what I think will be the best for all around play for absolutely anything. And also I don't have the numbers for things like retaliation, so I'm just making guesses and predictions. Moving on to Stamina Up here, I think the major augments on Stamina Up are really down to the player and their playstyle, because I don't think either of these are game-changing enough to be like, you have to run this, you have to run that. Freefaller could just be good on certain maps like Terminus. If there's even anywhere to fall, that could be lethal. Dasher just makes you run faster for longer. Like, these are completely down to the player. I don't think it's going to affect much gameplay. If I had to choose one though, with my predictions on which one I think will be best, I think Dasher will just be the default choice for most people to just run faster for longer, especially when you're going across the big maps and stuff, getting things done. I think Freefaller will be the one following that for when everyone knows where everything is and we're all fast and we know where everything is anyway. Just take Freefaller to just completely negate all damage. With Stamina Up's minor augments, I think it's more the same, where none of them are really game-changing, and it's going to be more down to the player. The hard target will be good just for staying alive, especially with all the little parasites that will be spitting at you and things like that. However, I want to jump ahead and point something out. So see here with Quarterback, use equipment while sprinting. Or here with Hot Foot, gain a speed boost while your equipment kills an enemy. This synergizes with Speed-Cola, because with Speed-Cola you can deploy equipment faster, and this is what's so good about the augments. You can build and theory craft and make things synergize together. So you can pick that one on Speed-Cola and you can pick one of these two here. And then your equipment usage has been extremely buffed compared to just a normal pick up a grenade and throw it. So I think this will come down to the player and what you choose on other augments and stuff like that. But if I had to pick one, I think Hot Foot, to me, I really want to see the speed boost. So that's the one I'd go for. But I think realistically, Hard Target's going to be the one that we default to, just for the extra survivability. Moving on to Speed-Cola, and who doesn't love Speed-Cola? So the major augments that we have here, all are really good. I think Classic Formula does stick out to me because who doesn't want to reload faster? You buy Speed-Cola to reload faster and you can reload even faster. That to me just sticks out. However, Supercharged could be used for some high round strats, like maybe using, I don't know, the energy mine and you want it back over and over and over. It depends how much faster that recharges it. And that's what I mean. If we had percentages and numbers, we could make more educated guesses, but it will all come down to testing and getting a feel for these. Phantom reload sounds good, but they're slowly refilled over time. I'd rather just reload my own gun, especially depending on how much faster that is. Would just be Phantom reload, get zeroed out and no one will ever use it. The minor augments. All of these minor augments, not gonna lie, are very minimal. Speedy Roulette just seems like something speedrunners will take advantage of because the other two don't matter much. Quick swap, depends if you even gotta run two weapons. Fast pitch to deploy equipment faster, which like I said synergizes with things in stamina up, so maybe you want that synergy. But if I had to choose one, I'm probably just taking quick swap so I can swap from my main weapon to wonder weapon even faster. But I don't think it will really matter. Now on to Deadshot, and this is where you can see that picking your weapon and then your augments can be really useful. So why I say that is because of Dead First. You'll double critical damage if your enemy is at full health. So with an AR, that isn't huge, but imagine you're using a sniper and you shoot a full health zombie in the head, you will now do like double damage. And that's insane for certain weapon choices. Could work with shotguns, could work with snipers, anything single fire. Dead First could be a huge pick. Deadhead just seems obvious because like with Speed-Cola, you're just enhancing what you buy the perk for. And Dead again, it depends what you're doing, right? If you've got like an SMG, this could be huge. But really, I think if you're buying Deadshot, you're probably going to want Deadhead or Dead First, depending on what weapon you have. Moving on to the minor augments, for me, it's between Dead Break and Dead Draw. Dead Set just sounds too much of a multiplayer buff for me to recommend it. Like, I don't really care about my gun swaying around or anything like that while I'm doing Omni movement. It does sound cool, but I don't really care for it. It sounds like a multiplayer buff. We're playing zombies, PvE. Don't need to worry about my gun's performance other than its build. So I'm probably going to choose Dead Draw, but if I end up using something where I'm always ADS'd, I'm probably going to go for Dead Break, especially because that might work on wonder weapons, whereas reduced hipfire spread probably won't matter too much on a wonder weapon, right? The jet gun, probably going to want the increased damage to armor pieces because you're just taking out your train, your horde much faster than you would with reduced hipfire spread. Moving on to quick revive, and these major ones are amazing. This is such a hard choice that it is a really good one. So EMT reviving an ally allows them to keep all of their perks on their bleed out bar. That is absolutely huge. Imagine you're in a boss fight and your teammate goes down and you revive them. They keep all of their perks so they haven't lost any power for going down. This is definitely the one that you're going to want to pick doing correct. However, with equivalent exchange, killing while down will immediately pick you up. This could be absolutely huge for solo play if it stacks on top of your free self-revive, because that could mean you take 6 downs compared to 3. Dying Wish, lethal damage, you become immune for damage for 2 seconds, so basically when you should have gone down, you will now be left on 1 health and you will be still alive and up. However, you will lose quick revive, so you will have to go rebuy it, but that can be huge as well in solo and multiplayer play for completely stopping you going down. If I had to choose one, I'm probably just going with equivalent exchange because to me it sounds like you can revive yourself, and it also sounds like in solo play that you'll get 3 more revives, but we'll have to see on launch. Moving on to the miners for quick revive, all of these seem completely useless for solo play, which is actually a bit sad in my opinion. I think we should have at least got one that works in solo. Slow death just means people have more chance to come revive you. That can be quite a good one for if you're not amazing or you're new to round base, just giving your teammates more time to revive you. However, I'm probably going to go with Karmic Return because the amount of times I'm reviving someone, I'll purposely take some hits because I know I can get the revive off. Definitely choosing that one because we're straight to full health. Get out of there, we run away. I know swift recovery gives you that increased movement speed, but I'd rather just get the full health instead of taking the down for reviving my teammate. Definitely going with Karmic Return because I'm definitely not going down, or less likely to, right? Okay, so we're on to our last 3 perks, and now we've got Elemental Pop, and I have to say, I am not happy with Elemental Pop's major augments at all. So, Citrus Focus seems like a really good thing because the amount of times I've shot like the last 3 zombies and then had a brain rot when I intended to save a zombie and it completely wipes out my round is so annoying. Like the amount of times in MWZ, for example, I purposely didn't buy Elemental Pop to get my tiered missions done was insane. Sometimes this perk is just a detriment to what you're trying to do. So you're probably thinking, well, why don't you like Citrus Focus? Because there's no buff to it. If this said at the end and increases the amount of times your elemental will go off, it would be really good. That would be one of the best major augments I have read today. But it just seems like a complete nerf to just being down to the one that you have on your weapon, which doesn't sound amazing in my opinion. Moving on to Imperial Pete. That one I like. Having a zombie hit you and it activate or a chance to activate and random ammo mod. But again, it comes back to that, what if I'm saving one zombie at the end of the round and that one zombie slaps me and then he gets napalmed and my round is completely over and I can't do what I was trying to do. Maybe I was spinning the box, maybe I was doing an Easter egg. Now I can't because my round's ended and I have to get down to the last zombie again. And the same thing could happen, that last zombie could slap me, so that one's done. Probably think of more then Electric Cherry. If you don't know, Electric Cherry is a perk that was added in Black Ops 2 and it kind of gets pulled out, kind of gets added back in on some maps. It's really inconsistent, but if you reload, it's like an explosion around you of electricity, a bit like Deadwire, and it will stun and electrify them. And honestly, that probably will be the best choice for Elemental Pop. However, it can still take out your last zombie if you reload next to them. So I'm not happy with Elemental Pops. I would have liked a way to, I don't even know what to suggest with Elemental Pop, because obviously you don't want to disable your own perk. Why would you buy a perk and then not want your perk? However, Elemental Pop's minor augments, I am happy with. I really like the minor ones. The slightly increased elemental weakness. The equipment can also trigger random ammo mod, slightly reduce ammo mod cooldowns. All of them are good. The slightly increased elemental weakness, if you don't know, certain zombie bosses are weak to certain elemental types. For example, Manglers are weak to napalm. Mimics are weak to brain rot. So that just enhances the damage that you will do to those special zombies. I do really want to see Pineapple Blast and see what it's like against a horde, but I'm probably going to go with Chillberry just to get my ammo mods pinging over and over and over and over and over, and it's what I bought the perk for. That's what I want it to do, so I'm going with Chillberry. PhD Flopper, one of the last 2 perks and everyone's fan favorite perk. We have the major augments worse than the minors. Not that it matters because you only get one of each, but the minors are definitely better than the majors on this one. For me, I'm probably taking Dr. Ram on the major because I never took advantage of PhD Slider, and Gravity just isn't something I'm gonna take advantage of where I'm just dropping off heights to kill zombies. Not something I'm gonna plan to do, and the Tactical Sprint knocks down base zombies just seems really good. Like, you're just gonna knock into zombies, get out of my way, shoulder barging them. It sounds funny, it sounds like what you want to do. I'm picking that one. For the minor, and honestly, Tribiologist just sounds that it's gonna be the only one people use. Sliding distance and speed increased. If it's extreme, that is all anyone's going to use. In Cold War, this extra slide distance was insane. and it was the only reason I bought PhD in that game. The not taking explosive damage, the PhD flop, or the slide it was in Cold War was nice, but the slide distance was insane. I loved it, and I guarantee I'm gonna love it again in Black Ops 6 unless it's the smallest buff in the world. Then maybe we can take Environmentalist, because Environmentalist sounds like you could activate a trap and slide through it and take 0 damage for doing so. But Triobiologist is probably going to be what me and many other players put on, never take off, and never reconsider. So we're on to our final perk, Melee Macchiato. They saved the new one until last, and for the major augments, I'm definitely taking Espresso. Just meleeing faster sounds much better than the other two. The extra health will be absolutely huge. Oh, not extra health, sorry. Getting health back will be absolutely huge if they ever do another melee wonder weapon. Getting the health back from a melee wonder weapon will be absolutely insane and broken. So keep that in mind. If they ever add it, you want it. And I'm also wondering if it will work with the melee weapons. I'm sure it will. So maybe melee attacks will be useful for that rather than just normal punch. For minor augment, I'm definitely going with your punch can one-hit normal enemies for longer. However, if you are using a melee weapon, it can move will definitely be the move as long as Melee Macchiato works with it. So that's all the perks, that's all the minor and all the major augments for every single perk that I think will be best going into Black Ops 6. If you agree with me, if you don't, let me know in the comments. And next video will be on the field upgrade and the ammo mod. So stay tuned for that. Subscribe if you're new. See you in the next one.